Hi beautiful people, you're welcome to my channel. If you are seeing my face for the first time, I am Olamide Adegoke, and on this channel I speak on relationship, marriage, motherhood, child care and all that. I also talk on Bible stories that I know that you're going to benefit from. I like youths that love God and serve God, and so my video revolves around all these topics that I've just listed. If you love to hear things about this, please kindly subscribe to this channel. I want you to please subscribe to my channel and let's be one family. Thank you. I don't think there is anyone that you meet that would not desire to have a beautiful wedding ceremony. I mean, wedding is a big day, right? Every wedding should be celebrated in a way that when you remember that day, you feel like, oh, it's your wedding day again. But it is. There are a lot of things that can mess up the wedding day. There are a lot of hiccups that can happen that day and make your wedding. Let me not talk about that. We've seen people that got married and right from that day they were sad, like, oh, they didn't like the way the wedding went, they don't like this, they don't like that. Now if you don't want your wedding day to have a lot of issues, problems, hiccups, you want a beautiful wedding day, this video is for you. I'll be telling you on how to plan a typical Nigerian wedding. In some parts of the world, they can have wedding ceremony and they don't need to plan and plan and plan and plan. But in Nigeria, you know that your wedding is not just about you. I mean, sometimes I feel the wedding is even about our parents because most time the guests that you invite are just your friend or your colleagues at work. That's all. But the parents, they will invite this family. You start out, this one is my family, that one is my family, this one is my staff, this is my wedding day. Hey, my child is getting married, my son is getting married. They invite a lot of people to the event. I have my notes with me. Yes, I'll be looking down to check my points so that I won't miss them all, and I want you to get along with me. The first thing to do when you want to plan your wedding is to actually pray. I will say this because wedding dates, it's one of the days that you just need the backup of God. You need God to help you. You need to commit it to God's hands. I mean, pray to God, allow God, tell him, God, I don't want any mess. Fast and pray according to your faith. Commit that day into the hands of God, and all will be well. It will be a sweet day, right? In Jesus' name, amen. Now, the next thing that you should do is to sit down with your partner and ask, how much do we have to spend? This is very important because sometimes some people just plan abstractly. They were like, oh, this is that. No, sit down and ask your partner, how much do we have to spend? Say this: if your parents are the ones celebrating the wedding ceremony for you, I mean, they are the one bearing the whole cost, it's just for you to just appear that day, you don't have any issue. But if it is you and your partner, the whole cost is on you. You need to plan well and ask your partner, the two of you, how much do we have at hand? How much do we actually want to spend on this wedding? That will determine your budget. If, let's say for instance, you have just 1 million naira to spend, you know that you have to cut your coat according to your what? Please, not according to your size, according to your clothes. The truth is just that there is no wedding that is the most beautiful wedding. Every wedding is beautiful. If you get married today, in fact, right under your day, you see different wedding that they spend so much money and all that. So all you need to do is just to cut your clothes according to your clothes, according to your money. Plan everything according to your money. You need to sit down and analyze how much do we want to spend on this wedding. And please don't spend all your savings. In another video, I will still talk on that, but let's focus on planning a Nigerian wedding. In Nigeria, we have three types of wedding ceremony. Each of these wedding ceremony are done uniquely. The first one, we have traditional wedding or traditional marriage. We have church wedding and civil or court wedding. So it's all depend on the one that you want to do. Although most of the time we end up doing the three. I did traditional marriage, church wedding, and there's a way the church. I did it in an Orthodox church. There's a way the church connected us back to court. So some people do church weddings different day. It all depends. So you have to pick the date. What do you have? What do you dream of? What is your desire? So once you have that, if you are going for traditional marriage, um sometimes some people do the wedding on 2 days. Some do their wedding traditional marriage at intervals. It all depends on what you want. If you are doing it in a church, you need to consult your pastor, especially if you are doing it Orthodox church. Orthodox churches, they have a lot of activities that have been planned for the year, so you have to consult them. I wanted to get married. Actually, my husband and I wanted to do that wedding ceremony in the third month of the year, March. But when we reached out to the reverend, he was like, that is when they do fasting, and so that he wouldn't want us to do the wedding that time, so we had to fix the wedding April the following month. So you have to consult your pastor, reach out to them. If you're also doing civil wedding, you need to go and register on time. Please do this at least 6 months ahead. This will give you a good time to plan very well. When you know that, oh, my wedding is in the next 6 months, at least you should plan at least 6 months. A year is even fine, so that you have time to plan. You won't be on a rush. You don't need to lose weight and all that. Another important thing to do if you are planning a wedding is to get a book and a pen. Or we're in the digital world, please get a notebook on your phone where you write things down. There's no bride that will not need to write something down. How many guests are we expecting for this wedding? I've said it earlier that the wedding is not just about you. Your spouse are getting wedded, but your parents are the ones that are doing the ceremony. So you just need to plan along with your parents. Ask them, mommy, daddy, how many guests are you expecting? Don't forget the husband or the wife's family also have their guests. So there is need for you to know the number of guests that you're expecting. Let's say 100, 200, 300 or 50. COVID-19 has made us know that you can actually have a wedding ceremony where you have just 20 guests or less. So you can have a guest of just 20. The next thing is to get a wedding plan. If you want to plan a low budget wedding, you might not necessarily need a wedding planner. You might get someone, maybe your sister, or if you have a very loyal friend that can run errands for you. I think it's fine if you want to cut costs. But if you don't want to cut costs and you have the money to spend, getting a wedding planner will actually, be fine and perfect. Wedding planner will be the one to run all the errands for you. You just sit down and be enjoying, because actually I think the reason why it's good to get a wedding planner is on the wedding day you don't want to be the one calling the wedding vendors. Hello, where is the photographer? You be the one calling. Oh, the food is not yet. So if you can engage someone, I think it's fine. It's actually perfect. Now, these are the important things that the wedding planner or whoever you engage to take this role for you will be doing. Number one, you need to write down the cost of the hall or the event center where you're having that wedding ceremony. It can be maybe on a playground. It can be, you have to write that. I think, but mostly I think these days people use all event centers for their wedding ceremony, and I think it's perfect actually, because you never can tell if the season when you're having your wedding ceremony it's during the rainy season. The rainy season can kind of mess up your day, because you never can tell when God will decide to send rain. Although if it's rain on your wedding day, it's a rain of blessing. So you need to write down the cost price of the hall. Don't forget, write according to your cost. There are all of 20,000, there are all of 80,000 naira, there are all of 1 million naira. It depends on what you want to spend. Okay, one thing you write down on your notes is the decoration. These days decoration bring beauty, brings beauty to your wedding. I don't think there's anybody that want to do wedding without having a beautiful decoration. You talk with the decorator, the color you want, the kind of color that you like and all that, and he or she will tell you the charge, the cost. Then if it goes with your budget, you tell the person, and if not, you the next thing is catering services. This is very important. Everybody goes to wedding not just to go and show clothes. Oh, people want to eat, drink. I mean, it's a good day, it's a wedding day, it's a day to be happy and have fun. But yet you can't you don't want to invite people that will go and later be like, at that wedding I did not eat anything. They were so you need a good caterer, someone that you can trust. Some caterer charge per person. Some people you will be the one to buy every um, ingredient and food items needed. They will just come there and cook. They will bring their plates and all that. The first speak with them. The next important hmm, personality that you have to write down and speak with is your photographer. Hmm, and the video coverage actually. I till date I still feel bad that I didn't hire a very good photographer for my wedding ceremony. It's your day. I mean, for me, we had to even go back to shoot with our wedding with my wedding outfit after the wedding. That's to tell you how bad the pictures are. you know so you need a good photographer, a very good one. Please don't say, oh, maybe the photographer tell you I'm going to collect this. Oh, say, it's okay. Look at the previous work that the photographer has done and be sure that, oh, this photographer did this, not that he just brought one sample. You can look at the photographer's profile on social media handles, check the photographer's social media handle, and be sure that he's the one that is uploading these pictures, is the one that did the job, and go for it, right? I think this will help you a lot. You don't just want to hire anyone that will not give you a good memory about your day. Next important thing to plan along is the wedding program and the invitation card. These days I don't really see the reason for invitation card. You can just do e-card and send to people. But I feel some people still appreciate hard copy. But I feel when somebody sends you just the e-card, it's okay. But if you can just do some few copies for some persons that you will want to give them or your parent will prefer to give them the hard copy. So plan that along. The next thing is the wedding program. For some churches, they don't really need too much. You don't need to spend too much on wedding program. But if you are doing your wedding ceremony in an Orthodox church, Orthodox church, I'm talking of Anglican, Methodist, Catholic, Baptist, which other one? Add it to it. You need to do your own wedding program, right? Special one. The next thing is the musical band slash DJ. It depends on what you want to use. So people use only musical bands and they don't use DJ. Some use only DJ. So it depends on what you want. For me, during my time, I used only the musical band. I don't use DJ. But I still feel like I should have used DJ. It all depends on what you want. Okay. The next important aspect of wedding ceremony is the master of ceremony. Master of ceremony actually spice the day and make the day beautiful and memorable for you. I think I should also attach the traditional marriage moderator, popularly known as in Yoruba, probably known as Alaga Ijuru, Alaga Ijoko. These moderators, they actually they give you the joy, right? They make you happy by force by fire. They actually make you. There's a way these people are trained to make that day a day of joy for you. Another important aspect of the wedding ceremony that I've not talked about is the wedding cake. I just feel that wedding cake will be removed from, wedding cost, because I don't still see the reason for the wedding cake. There was a time I wrote a write-up and I was like, can't we be using our traditional food? I don't know, or moi moi or whatever as the first meal the wedding would taste that day. Because right now wedding cake are way expensive. I mean, maybe I don't know. When people hear that you want to do wedding, you just be hearing thousands of naira. If you can get somebody to do something beautiful for you and you have the money, it's okay. But if you ask me, I still feel that I don't still know the importance of wedding cake. But you actually need it because if people get to your wedding and they did not see cake, oh my! So cake is also important, right? If you agree with me. Another important thing to plan for your wedding ceremony is a makeup artist. Even if you are SU, even if you are a person that you don't do makeup, just engage somebody that will make you look beautiful. It's your day, so you should be fine, you should be happy, you should look gorgeous, you should be the most beautiful person on that day. It's your wedding day. So get a good makeup artist, not the one that will paint you to something else, but somebody that will still make you beautiful and as natural as possible. All right, now your wedding dress. Maybe this would have been the number one. If you are the lady, get your wedding dress on time. I told you that you should plan like 6 months ahead. You can get your wedding dress. You can get your wedding dress 6 months as long as you pick your wedding. I don't think people can add weight that the wedding dress will not size them 6 months after. No. So once you pick your wedding date, you can get the dress. This maybe in another video when I talk on how to cut the price, I will speak on how to also the wedding accessories, the ring, the wristwatch, the shoes and bag. It's your day. At least you have to plan for like 3 shoes. Some people use just one shoe. So you have to plan, for the number of shoes you want to wear. Is it just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? These days, some people get married and they wear like 5, 10 dresses in a day. So it all depends on you. So cry the cost for that. The next thing to plan is the number of bridesmaids and groomsmen you'll be using. You need these people. And some people get married without using any of these two. So, but it all depends on what you want. If you want bridesmaids, do you want to have them to add color to your wedding, or you don't want? It all depends on what you want. So if you are using them, you have to reach them on time and plan along also with them. The next important thing to plan for your big day is where you will have your honeymoon. So according to your money, plan where you're going to have your honeymoon. So I think I've been able to talk on how to plan a beautiful wedding when you have all these things on ground. Now if you are using a wedding vendor, the wedding vendor will just charge you and be the one to contact all these people that will you'll be the one to get all the decoration and all that. But if you have somebody if you be the one to do it yourself, which is not too advisable because of stress, I think that you should try and plan early. In all of this, always make sure that you're always with your pen and book. Make sure that you're always with your notebook so that you check every of these things, and as you are clearing them or doing them one by one, ticking them, the one that stand at this main thing. Maybe in another video, maybe I will talk on tips on how to cut. I'll give you tips on how to cut costs for your big day. But this video is to give you an hint to planning a typical Nigerian wedding. I want to believe you have learn one or two things. Getting married, I would like to read in the comment section how you plan your wedding. How was it? What advice do you have for couples who will be getting married soon? How do you want them to plan their wedding?